there are just, like, way too many games coming out right now. Like, way too many. I just noticed, like, how much is about to release, and after this cutscene, I will rant about that. Assuming there's a cutscene.
We'll find the Chimeran base faster if we split up. Take the other path. Give a shout if you find anything out of the ordinary. Or should I say when you find anything?
So yeah, as I record this, it's August 29th, right? Of good old 2019, and so much is coming out right now. So Dark Picture Chronicles, Man of Medan's out today, which completely passed me by. It's by the Until Dawn people. So I plan on playing that later today, right? Then tomorrow's Astral Chain and Blair Witch. September 9th is Gears 5. Halo Master Chief Collection is going in like beta mode or like flight mode, whatever they're calling it, on PC right now. So that should be releasing pretty shortly. Modern Warfare is out in a few months. WWE 2K20 is out in a few months. I forget if I already said Astral Chain or not. There's River City Girls is coming out. Like, there's so many games right now just about to launch. It's overwhelming. Completely. Oh, Control just came out like 2 days ago. Ghostbusters remasters like in a month. Tetris Effect just launched on PC. Like, I physically cannot keep up monetarily or just knowing off the top of my head like what's even coming out anymore. It's just too much, and I want to play all of them. So it's gonna be expensive next couple of months keeping up with all the game releases. But, like, these are all games I genuinely, like, want to play, and they all sound freaking awesome to me. What is this gun? I actually finished up the Alan Wake DLC earlier. Last episode I was talking about how I thought the ending was garbage. And make no mistake, I stand by that. I think the ending was really bad to Alan Wake. But the DLCs were really cool. Like, the DLCs experimented with, like, some different gameplay mechanics that I kind of wish the base game did. Without going into, like, spoilery stuff, I thought it was really cool, right? So Alan Wake, if you've never played, is kind of like, it's a horror game by Remedy. And the entire idea is that you are a writer. You've had writer's block for a while, and you go to this town called Bright Falls with your wife. And your wife's afraid of darkness, and everything about this town seems like it's very dark, and the next thing you know, your wife is sucked into darkness, and you're essentially writing your story, like, as a writer, like, you are writing your way out, or, like, you're living a work you wrote, but you have no recollection of, essentially. So you're basically, like, living a horror story you wrote. And it focuses a lot on darkness, so, like, every enemy, like, you need to, like, shine a flashlight on, or trick into the light somehow. The only place you're safe is, like, in the light, so it's just, it's themed like that. And what the DLCs did was, they kind of put words all over the place, right? Just typed out, like, you're looking at a book you wrote. And, like, you'd shine your flashlight, let's say, at something that says, like, fireworks, or boom, and then all of a sudden, like, going into the world be like, fireworks, or, like, an explosion. Or, like, you shine your flashlight on something that says, like, let's say, tools. And you do that, and next thing you know, like, you have, like, flashlight batteries and things like that. So I thought that was, like, a really cool mechanic, and you could also use it to kind of, like, morph, like, the terrain to, like, the world, like, some certain areas to kind of, like, kill enemies. It was really cool. I wish the base game did that. To an extent, I think I liked the gameplay of the DLC more than the full game. But the DLCs didn't really give me enough to kind of clue me in on the ending and, like, make me feel content with the ending still. But it was good. Like, it was enjoyable. Like, I don't regret playing the DLC, and I'm not, like, a big DLC player. Like, very rarely will I kind of, like, go back and, like, play DLCs for, like, single-player games, but I figured, hey, I already have this DLC on the PC version, let's check it out. Like, I looked it up, like, each episode is, like, an hour long, so, okay, not a big deal, 2 hours, let's just get the full story. Yeah, it was good. As usually, like, when I play, like, where am I supposed to be going, first of all? Whenever I play, like, a single-player DLC for anything, it always feels not quite there, you know? Like, it just kind of feels rushed, kind of put out there. I think the modern... Oh, there it is. The modern Tomb Raider games are a huge offender of this. Where I'll play, like, a modern Tomb Raider, and then the DLCs come out, and, like, 90% of them are, like, challenge tombs, which are, like, 20, 30-minute long tombs you go through that have, like, no bearing on anything. Although, there was one DLC for Baba Yaga... no, rather, Rise of the Tomb Raider I wanted to play. Never got around to, but it looked legit, called, Baba Yaga. That looked okay. But for the most part... Ugh. A lot of DLCs are kind of like those ones, where it just kind of doesn't feel like they add anything to the experience. Although there are a few I have my eyes on that I kind of want to try. Like South Park Fractured But Whole had a few that looked pretty cool. But like, it's been years since I played Fractured But Whole. Like, I played it when it first came out, so I might be too far removed from the game at this point to really enjoy it. Which is actually a whole other issue with single-player game DLCs. They usually come out, you know, after a while after the game launched, and by the time, like, you get around to playing it, like, you kind of forget how the game works mechanically, or you kind of lose interest, and it's a tricky sell, you know? Like, usually, like, when I finish a single-player game, like, for instance, this game, right? Like, I'll finish it, I won't think about it again, like, I won't really care all too much about this game. Let's put it like that. I mean, it's just kind of the truth. Like, once this is over, like, even if I really enjoyed this game, which I have, I won't care. You know, like, in a few days, I won't be like, yeah, I want to play Resistance again. Or, you know, if they released a new content pack for Resistance, I want to play it. Like, it would do nothing for me. Now, for a multiplayer-focused game, like, if this game's multiplayer servers are still up, and I enjoyed the multi, and they put out new maps, like, that's a different thing. That's, like, a longevity thing. Like, multiplayer is easily monetized by companies, and for good reason. People love multiplayer. It keeps people sticking around, but like a single-player DLC for something like this, probably wouldn't, you know? Unless the game's really special. Like, one that stands out, to me, would be Bioshock Infinite. Had wonderful DLC. I forget what was it called? Was it called Burial at Sea, I think? Part 1 and 2. That kind of, like, told, like, kind of showed, like, the events leading up to the first game, almost, but from, like, an alt timeline. It's been a while, but some games, like, really do well with DLC, especially if they're, like, their own full side stories, rather than, like, a continuation of the story you just played. So, like, that game did it pretty well. That's, like, one of the few. Because otherwise, most games I play, like, single-player focus, don't really do the whole DLC thing well. Unless, again, like, it's a full-on expansion, or it's, like, you know, a full-on side story. Another infamous one, Shivering Isles for Oblivion. Fantastic DLC, and, like, you don't have to, like, be current on Oblivion to play that to enjoy it. Because, like, it's its own contained story, you know? Like, it's several hours long. Like, I think it took me, like, 6 hours to get through Shivering Isles, maybe? 7, 8 hours to just do the main campaign. So, like, it's legit, you know? Like, that's pretty good. And again, it's like its own contained story. So I was able to play that, no regrets, had fun. But then I look at a game like Alan Wake's DLC, and if I didn't already have it, as I did my current playthrough, I would have never played those. They were like hour-long continuations of the story, just kind of looped back into it. Like, they didn't offer me, like, anything new to the gameplay. They didn't really start off, like, this crazy side story. It didn't really give me many answers towards anything. A few. And it definitely set up a potential sequel one day. Even though it's been 9 years. But if I had played through all of Alan Wake when it originally came out, and that DLC came out, like, a couple months later, I would not have cared. Not even slightly. So, to an extent, like, I wonder, like, how many other people share feelings like that? Maybe I'm just kind of like an oddball with that. Like, maybe a lot of people really, really like that stuff. Me? Eh. Just eh. And I think, like, the worst DLCs, too, are, like, the challenge mission DLCs. Like, those are, like, the worst of the worst. Oh, we got some reading. Let's do it. Oh, it's nothing. Okay. Like, those are the ones that kind of, like, actively annoy me, like, when they get announced, like, in season passes and they get released. It's like, is this really your post-launch content? Like, when they do, like, Horde mode DLCs and stuff like this. Like, that's... ugh. It always feels like such a genuine waste. Like, I wonder if, like, anyone, like, actually likes those, you know? Like, DLC, challenge map, test your skills in the game. It's like, but, no. But, again, like, maybe I'm, like, you know, like, in the weird, like, part of the boat with that. Like, maybe there are a lot of people that go, like, yeah, I love challenge missions. Me? Nothing gets me... Nothing gets my excitement, like, more flaccid, basically, than, like, challenge DLC being announced. Does nothing. Could not care in the slightest. Oh, like maybe there are people that kind of like it. I don't know. I just don't see it. So maybe I'm just like the most picky gamer. Like maybe people are listening to this right now, and they're like, "Wow, you're really picky." I don't know if I am or not, or if I just don't. Maybe, or maybe, I don't know, like, maybe my standards are high. I don't know, thinking about it. I just don't know. It just takes a lot to get me back into the same game I've already beat. Is like case in point. But I don't know. That was a tangent. Alright, I gotta get my sniping. Because this level's really long, it's quite hard. And I don't feel like getting through this section again without getting a checkpoint and just dying. Like immediately, yet again. I don't wanna. But it's tough. This section's really tough. There's so much stuff. Okay. We good? More landmines? Yep. Oof. It's a lot. I gotta wait. Okay. That's basically the entire tangent I had there. I think I kind of talked my point enough. And now I'm getting like all hyper focused to like not lose here. Easier said than done though. This game's getting brutal lately. All right. We did this. I'm hoping maybe I can get like a checkpoint. Like I wonder if I'm just like bypassing checkpoints because I leave like an enemy or two alive. Like I wonder if that's been happening to me. Because this feels like if you're gonna give me a checkpoint, it'd be like outside the building I was just at. But we'll see. Yeah, like, real talk, I do kind of, like, look forward to all these games coming out, though. Just kind of, like, segue back to that. Like, I really look forward into playing that, what's it called, like, Dark Story Chronicles, Dark Picture Chronicles, something like that. Like, just the Until Dawn people's new game. Because, like, it's basically Until Dawn, except, like, on a ghost ship, it sounds like. And it looks like it's going to be part of, like, a brand new huge series they want to do. And they even have, like, multiplayer for it, which I think is really interesting. And I guess, like, everyone can kind of, like, choose the decisions of, like, one particular character. So you can, like, play with, like, friends and, like, form the story, but, like, each one, like, actually has their own choice for, like, how the story plays out. Like, that's really cool. I can dig that. I can't dig dying to that, though. That's stupid. I have to redo the entire level again, don't I? Oh boy. Yep, right from the beginning. Have I mentioned how much I hate bad checkpoints. Because now it's been 15 minutes, I've now officially made no progress again. That's dumb. This level's brutally difficult. I might only get one I might not even get a level done this episode, honestly. At the rate this is going. This is brutally difficult. I don't get it. Why? Why would they not put a checkpoint? It's not like these are, like, easy areas to clear. Like, I'm struggling. Like, I can't, like, get, like, enough ammo to, like, keep attacking them. Like, this is legitimately difficult. And I'm not playing on a hard difficulty either. I'm playing on normal. So... Not feeling it, Insomniac. I don't know why you did this. Alright. I don't know where all these dudes came from. Wait, where did they come from? I knew there were more enemies in this, like, in this area. I was surprised I didn't see so many, but... Oof. Alright. I think it's health out here, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I look forward to that game coming out. I just keep forgetting the name, to be honest. Man, Amedna, Mark Amedna, Dark Picture Chronicle. I can't... It's too many words. And it's 10 in the morning. Which is getting near my bedtime, because I sleep like an awkward time. I'm one of them night people, right? It's like I wake up at like 11:30 p.m. and I do my stream of like starting like around 12:30, 12:45, and then I stream to like 8 in the morning. Then I take care of all my other aspects of the day after. It's like we're kind of getting like near bedtime. Not quite there, a few more hours still, but I'm definitely like now in the later half of my day. The later portions, if you will. I'm gonna die. But there is health, so I will not. Was there actually... I don't think there was actually anything out there. Come to think of it. I think that was just intel out there. There's no point. Where did you come from? Oh boy. Yeah, like maybe like my reaction time's just like not all there yet. I really need more health though, and this game's not giving me the health I need. It's a problem. I thought like maybe I could blow those up. Nope. Alright. Let's see, can I maybe get like some quick snipes? Yeah, I can. Cool. Alright, so this entire area is just landmines. What if I can, like, crouch past them? Nope. So what I really, really don't like is that you can't avoid these landmines in any way, shape, or form. So they're just, like, they're just ammo sinks. Not a fan of that. I thought, because I haven't tried crouching past them yet, but that sounds like it'd be, like, a very, like, viable counter. Nah, man. You just gotta deal with them. Okay, at least I got full health here, so that's good. Now, when I get to this bridge coming up, I'm gonna want to snipe to the end, I think. Hope for the best. We shall see what happens. Oof. And maybe, like, once I cross the bridge, maybe it'll finally give me a checkpoint? I don't know. I'm really pulling for the checkpoint, basically. I'm hoping. I'm pulling for it. I need it. Just like I need Gears 5, because I'm a huge Gears fan. Nice segue, right? And I was barely able to play Gears 4 because the PC port was, as great as it was, it just stopped being functional on a lot of NVIDIA cards as time kind of went on. Which was super unfortunate, because one of the cards affected was my card, so... I don't know if they ever patched it, but last I checked a couple of months ago, they hadn't, and it'd been like a year and a half of the game not working correctly. Which sucks. Because I'm really into Gears. So hopefully Gears 5, like, works fine. And it's all part of the Xbox Game Pass, which is, like, such a good deal. Like, amazing deal. Like, on PC right now we're paying $5. I think it's going to be going up to 10 at some point. And it's going to have, like, Halo Master Chief Collection in it. Gears 5's in it. There's, like, Forza in it. State of Decay 2. Games like Hyper Light Drifter's in it, I believe. Super Lucky Tale. Recore. There's so many good games in that Game Pass. Like, 100. Like, I think over 100. Like, 150 now. Well worth every penny. I barely use it, and, like, I'm still, like, not mad that I'm paying for it, because, like, every now and then I look at it and I go, let's try out this game. Because I mainly use it as, like, a game trial. Because I know, like, games in that Game Pass can get removed at any point. And if I really like the game in it, like, I just end up buying it. Or I can play through the game entirely and not have to worry about buying it down the road, you know? Like, it's good. It works out. Checkpoint yet? I think that's it.
Are you all right? Yeah, fine.
That was just a checkpoint. This is a long mission, yeah. This will be the only mission I do this game. Or this episode, rather. That was a long one. And we're still going. But at least I got a checkpoint. My goodness. Like, I don't mind, but, like, this game's been kind of, like, building up, like, the 10 to 15 minute long mission thing.
Up to you, Sergeant.
And this mission's been going for 23. Granted, I died a lot. Realistically, this is, like, 7-8 minutes into the mission, but it was a brutal, like, few retries needed, 7 or 8.
You seem rather upset with us.
I'm getting, like, nothing I really need here. I really need, like, more carbine ammo. I need, like, a bunch of stuff, and I'm not getting it. More shoddy ammo would be nice right now, unless I got some. I did not. But yeah, Gears, I look forward to playing it. I'm hoping that, like, it doesn't have problems on PC, like 4 did, because 4's performance is great. Like, that game ran like a dream. They just kind of dropped the ball with post-launch support on PC in terms of keeping the game, like, actively working well. Which was really unfortunate, because I was super into it. I was having a great time just, you know, for, like, you know, execution. They put full crossplay in it. Even though a lot of console users ended up putting, no crossplay allowed on. Or would reject crossplay. Like, the ones that did, you know, it led to full matches really quick. It was fun. I had a good time. Because Gears was always kind of like my game. That was one that was like... That was the one that always clicked with me, and I was able to do very, very well in. And 4 is like no exception. I was getting really good at 4. Nice. What can you do? Hopefully 5 works out well. But here's the thing, right? Like, I don't know like how 5's really looking, because I don't look at like anything pre-release, be it for movies, be it for movies, yeah, music, movies, games. Like, I don't like look at pre-release or like early release anything. I just let like the final product talk for itself, because I feel like trailers give away too much or like build like some like unrealistic expectation. Whereas if I kind of go into something blind, I tend to enjoy myself a lot more. So I actively avoid, like, any sort of pre-release. Anything pre-release besides maybe, like, release dates. Or, like, a screenshot. And maybe I'll look at, like, 30 seconds of gameplay. Maybe. Like, Death Stranding, I saw, like, that initial teaser, like, 2 years ago. And I think I saw, like, 10 seconds of gameplay that they showed. Like, I just kind of, like, quickly skimmed through. And, like, even there, I felt like I looked at too much. I like staying blind to things. So hopefully Gears 5 ends up being okay. Because I know literally nothing about it. And the Coalition, who kind of does the games now, because Epic was originally, you know, Gears. But, you know, Microsoft bought the IP, and now Coalition does it. Coalition's been, not terrible, not great. So I'm hoping Gears 5 ends up being okay. And I really, really hope they end up putting Of War back in the title. Because just calling it Gears 5 is... It's weird. Like, no one calls it Gears of War, like, you know, when they talk about it, but just because that's the thing doesn't mean you need to, like, shorten the game's name down to just Gears. I'm not a fan of that, but what do I know? Not a marketing executive, but I think it's kind of dumb. Yeah, maybe they did that just to, like, have, like, no acronym attached to it. Because, like, when people talk about Gears, they do, like, GOW, and people think, you know, God of War when they see GOW. So, like, maybe that was, like, a primary reason. They didn't want to, like, be mixed up in association with a different, you know, series, especially by, like, a competitor. But I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was, but I'm not a fan of them kind of changing the game's mainline title as far into the series as they are. If they did it for, like, the second one, so be it. But, like, we're 5 games deep, 6 if you count Judgment. I'm not sure if it was really necessary. That is all.
Hale and Cartwright had discovered the key to the entire Chimeran strategy. The tower they found had not been constructed. It had been excavated. That single fact changed everything we knew about the Chimera. Leaving Somerset, they must have noticed the power conduits radiating from the tower behind them. We believe this discovery is what inspired Hale's fateful actions later that day. The drive to Southern Command would have taken at least an hour. Time enough for the Chimera to launch a strike force.
Alright, but that was a very long mission. Usually I do like 2 missions per episode, even like 3 in one of them, but this mission alone is like almost took me half an hour, so we're kind of getting like close to like the edge of like what I can handle in this game before I feel sick, so we're gonna call it there. And next episode we'll continue at Devil at the Door. We're kind of getting like pretty far in this game now. I think this is like mission 19 or 20 out of 30. It's somewhere around there. So I'll catch you guys for the next one. Good talk. Toodaloo. Ta-ta. Words. Take care, y'all. Catch you next time.